Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review, or I should say magazine review, because this is obviously a magazine of Infinity. This is issue 35, and this is one magazine that I look forward to each and every month. As soon as it comes out, I rush down to my local shop and I will get this copy. I haven't got a subscription, I just go down and pick it up, and I love this issue. And I love all the previous issues as well. Of course, they vary what's in them. Well, this one you can see it's got Fantastic Voyage Space 1999, it's got the Battle magazine, Star Trek, the animated Star Trek, and so on. On sale every 4 weeks. And it's also got an advert, of course, the first for the dark side. Actually, I must admit, I should have looked for that one as well. Got some really interesting stuff in there. I didn't buy it, don't buy that so regularly. It's one of those ones that I occasionally pick up, but I completely forgot. I was so excited to get my Infinity. So maybe next time I go downtown, I will get one. Always has the introduction, also has, of course, some additional t-shirts there and binders. Also the news, various news, science fiction news, science TV, etc. And this time, Battle. It's got a great article about Battle. Now, I'm not a particularly war fan of all the comics. I've got a few things I've been, and I've also recently, I've got a couple of those massive big Battle sort of volumes, omnibus ones that are really quite good. Actually, they're not bad stories, but I was never a fan of it at the time. I just love them when I see Battle and action. You've got Battle and Valiant. I always really annoyed me every time when these comics would join together. Always my favourite stories. I always think, no, that's another one of my favourite stories gone. Then you've got some letters. I always enjoy letters. The letters are always great fun as well. They are always worth checking out. Now, this is the Fantastic Voyage, a very enjoyable film. Not one, actually, I've seen recently. I was actually just looking on the Blu-rays and DVDs thinking, well, maybe I should think. But I think it does regularly turn up on TV. So certainly Fantastic Voyage, pretty daft story, but still brilliant. And one thing I must admit I didn't realise as well, and it mentions it here, Isaac Asimov, of course, Fantastic Voyage, the book, which is apparently still available. I didn't realise. Amazing, actually. 2 million copies. Wow. I mean, that is really, and everyone, of course, lots of people thought it was. Now, weirdly, and I don't know why this hasn't been reprinted. I would love to see a reprint of some of these films, science fiction films, you know, all these gold key ones that they brought out. It'd be brilliant if there was a volume of those. I mean, they brought out loads of like Dr. Solar and whatever, Magnus, Robot Fighter and those sort of things. But it would be nice to have but I guess maybe the licensing costs, I suppose, maybe it wouldn't make any sense. But still, you can, of course, find them online. But they're quite often quite expensive. They're not the cheapest, those sort of things. Also, at comic conventions, when you see them at comic conventions, they always seem to be, you always go through all the various goalkeepers. Not that there's many, but when you do see them, quite often the ones that like the films or something are ridiculously priced. So you've got Space 1999 merchandise. I love Space 1999. Always have a bit of a what's the name between my friends with the season 1 and season 2. There's some good season 1. There's some good season 2. But season 2 was a weird season. And what recently I watched some of them and I was thinking, yeah, they weren't that good actually. Not all. Some were good. However, I didn't buy any of the merch. I don't remember buying much. It's certainly all the toys and things. You've got lots of lovely pictures here. The dinky toys, all those sort of things. I suppose I should have done because, of course, now they're infinitely collectible. People pay good money for these things, but I must stay. No, didn't buy that. Or bought the annuals and jigsaw puzzles. I do remember that. And I remember these toys. I guess they're probably super expensive as well, collectible records. And it's got lots of other ones. You've got the annuals. You've got Moonbase Alpha. I don't know what this one is. Obviously, that's obviously a German magazine. So those sort of things quite often you can pick up. If you're going abroad, great going through some of these sort of like second-hand, I don't know what they're called in Germany, or Italy or whatever, and you find these sort of like magazine shops, and they got millions of these old comics. Sometimes they're next to nothing to buy, and so you can get some real, and they're normally absolutely filthy. They've obviously been through thousands of different hands. Quite often, maybe I go, and the shops are where they're so grubby, and you come away and your hands are covered. However, you've got also the films and things. I love that. I remember that one. The ice creams and lollies and things. Too many of those. Which did not help. Right. And also, you've got here a little bit of subscribing as well. And I remember the magazine, the comic. Recently, apparently, there was a book of all those stories. I wish I got that, but unfortunately, I didn't realise about it until too late. It'd already gone out of print. So that was a disappointment. Always have great posters. I love the posters in this. Absolutely. I guess in some ways, should put them on the wall. But I'm not really keen on that sort of thing. I don't want my wall to be covered with. I love putting my mum's art or whatever, or my art on the wall, but I'm not particularly one of covering the walls with lots of posters. But still, I always love those posters. And this one is the Lost World. Another one there. And this one's review. You got here review. Map of Tiny Perfect Things. Oh, streaming Amazon. Oh, gives it good stars as well. Right, the Invisible Man appears. The Invisible Man versus the Human Fly. All those sort of films. Anyway, I must admit, Invisible Man films, I was never a fan of. Crime Wave, a few other ones, and also soundtracks as well. Never bought many soundtrack albums. In fact, very few over the years. This one, Special Branch. Love to see Gabriel Drake. And these, I assume, I think they've been on Talking Pictures. I love the Talking Pictures channel. I must admit, I lose track of what's been on Talking Pictures or not. Been watching The Champions. Love The Champions. They had a series of article about Champions fairly recently as well in this magazine. And so it's always great sort of seeing the actual programmes. Maybe it's on. I don't know. Special Branch. Oh, you also, of course, can get the DVD, of course, as well. Then Lost World. I love Lost World. It's one of those great, but it's never been particularly made brilliantly. There's been a few that I've liked more than others. Some pretty awful films as well. Of course, there was the black and white ones. And though, I like that one though. Lost World one there. That was quite a good. Bob Hoskins one. That was very enjoyable. And it's got a little article about the Mandalorian, which I am just watching, going through it. I haven't got very far into it. After a long time putting it off, thinking I'm not going to watch it. I thought, oh, okay. Actually, I've quite enjoyed it. It's got a certain sense of humour. Very, very the good, the bad, and the ugly kind of things. Obviously, clearly those Western sort of things. And I'm thoroughly enjoying every episode. So I've only got about 3 episodes in, but it's nice to. So obviously, clearly, there's some characters I have yet to see. Obviously, I've seen him. But I don't know who she is at this point. Unless she's been in it, I haven't noticed. However, you've got here 3D models, dynamic. Never the most interesting section of this magazine, I'd say, but it's great that they put them in. I love it that this magazine covers a whole range of different things. So if you're into models and those sort of things, I just think it's great. You've got various aliens, Battle Beyond the Stars, James Cameron, and etc. And then you've got here, lucky people, Tommy Trinder, a little bit about Tommy Trinder, and the animation. I love those. They were absolutely brilliant. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyable watching some of those. I haven't watched every one recently. I've watched quite a few, dipped into kind of thing. But they are quite good. It's not perfect, but still very weird. Like that sort of thing. Obviously, the city on the edge of... And they're actually quite surreal and psychedelic in many ways, some of them. Very strange. I didn't realise it's got a lot of description about how it was done and things. So it's, yeah. I've been enjoying the recent ones as well. Oh dear, maybe I shouldn't watch so much TV. However, you've got all the issues, issues 32, 30, and you've got also, brilliantly, can't find the issue you want in print, you can go to their website and you can get a digital download. Super useful. So there's all of the different issues. So if you're into, I don't know, Man from U.N.C.L.E. or your Blade Runner, Logan's Run, I love Logan's Run, Doctor Who, etc., Barbarella, Hulk, etc., you can quickly go and download all of the issues there. And wow, pretty good. And they're all, I think there's been very few bad ones, or any ones that I think, occasionally you get one or two that got a few articles that are of interest. The rest of the articles I'm not so interested in. But generally 90% of these, I've thoroughly enjoyed every single one of them. And it's just a pleasure that we've got a brilliant magazine like this. And also it brings out these lovely books as well. So there's some more there. And I've enjoyed some of those as well. They're always worth picking up. Italian horrors, really good. British horror films, television terrors, etc. And then, of course, the next one's coming out, apparently. Don't hold me on that because it says it there. So 10th of June. So something to look forward to on the 10th of June. Obviously looking forward to the 21st as well. Right. Cross fingers. Who knows? And there's some advertising at the back about there. I absolutely love this magazine. I really think this is one of the just basic. I mean, obviously, over the years, there's been Starburst, Starlog, been loads of other ones, of course. But I really think this is just a joy to read and definitely worth checking out. And though they have put the price up slightly just recently, £4.25, I think this is brilliant value for £4.25. I mean, there's tons of magazines you can go in, find in the shop, and you pick them up, £9.99, £11.99. You're thinking, what? When did it suddenly price of magazines suddenly become £11.99? Well, obviously, some of the way along they have. This one is £4.25, and really, I think, just a joy. Great thing. And also, the worst thing about it is that you end up looking at it thinking, you know what, I must go and check out that film or that TV. And so you end up buying a Blu-ray of Fantastic Voyage or something. You think, great magazine, totally recommended. This is issue 35.